Whenever we get hungry or crave something at midnight, we peep inside our refrigerators, trying to find something to eat. But did you know that a company with the name Trinetra is making crazy amount of money by doing exactly this? I know it sounds weird, but the company Trinetra believes that the picture of your refrigerators can predict the future, and they are actually cashing this logic. Picture this: you're hunting through your refrigerator, pushing aside that suspicious leftover of last week's lasagna, when suddenly you feel a presence behind you. You turn around and there stands a man, Tassos Stasopoulos, the CEO of Trinetra, with notepad in his hand, eyeing your refrigerator and everything inside it. Even though it sounds creepy, it's just another day at Trinetra, the investment firm that's giving a whole new meaning to the phrase cold calling. What many consider a boring, time-consuming activity, Trinetra is making millions by doing it. I'm pretty sure you're as shocked as I was after hearing that, and the only question is, how exactly does one go from peeking into people's frigidaires to raking in the big bucks? Because we do this all the time. The company is led by the refrigerator-obsessed Stasopoulos, who stumbled upon a goldmine of financial insight and used it to make quite some fortune. It was simple for the company. They just had to convince some families to let them take pictures of their refrigerators. Analyze those photos with a different angle that could decode the art behind storing food, and that's it. They are making profit from it. I see you're still confused about this crazy way of making money, so let's look into their process further and try to understand the magic here. It all started with Stasopoulos' obsession with understanding what people's buying habits were when it came to food. He used to conduct interviews, asking different families what would they buy if they had salary increased. Most of the time, people were saying that they would not change anything. But we know, as people get richer, their diets change. Stasopoulos got to have this brilliant idea in India during a grocery shopping trip with a woman from a low-income household. He gave her some Indian rupee, and he noticed that she was buying items that are not in her refrigerator, showing that she had dreams of more than what she could currently afford. He realized that people's future spending habits are not based on what they said, but on what they actually bought when they had the chance. He started to see the refrigerator as a window into their hopes and spending patterns, a simple, everyday object that could reveal so much about consumer behavior. Stasopoulos started photographing different people's refrigerators from different financial backgrounds. It might sound crazy to you, but he simply enjoyed it. He sorted the photographs according to their financial status and started estimating where to invest according to them. This is how he learned to make money, by looking into people's refrigerators. But it wasn't just about snapping pictures. Stasopoulos and his team developed a complex system of analysis, breaking down refrigerator contents into categories, noting brand preferences, and even measuring the ratio of fresh to processed foods. They created a refrigerator index that could predict consumer trends with surprising accuracy. Through their extensive research, the company identified 4 distinct stages of refrigerator content evolution, each corresponding to a different level of economic development and consumer behavior. Stage 1 was the efficiency refrigerator contents. Leftover curry, some dying vegetables, and dreams of a better tomorrow meant it was best to buy stock in basic food processors and Tupperware. These people focus on making the most of every penny they spend. In this stage, families are focused on maximizing every bit of food they have. You'll find lots of leftovers, basic staples, and maybe a few affordable treats. Stage 2 meant the indulgence refrigerator contents. The refrigerators contained Coca-Cola, chocolate bars, and the unmistakable scent of newfound disposable income. Pictures like these showed that it was time to go all in on junk food companies. The middle class is ready to party, and they're doing it with processed sugar. As incomes rise, so does the prevalence of convenience foods and small luxuries. This stage marks the beginning of brand loyalty and experimentation with new products. He named Stage 3 the Look at Me refrigerator. People buying multiple brands of ice cream because there's no way little Timmy and Susie agree on a flavor. This called for investments into premium brands and international foods. Status anxiety is a powerful force, and it apparently manifests in dairy products. At this stage, consumers are becoming more brand conscious and are willing to pay for variety. The refrigerator becomes a showcase of one's ability to provide choices and indulge in premium products. The Stage 4 virtuous vegan refrigerator contents called for investments into everything organic. These consumers are willing to pay triple for a clear conscience and the right to lecture their friends about ethical eating. The final stage represents a shift towards conscious consumption. Healthy foods, organic products, and alternative diets become prominent. This stage often coincides with higher education levels and increased awareness of global issues. Now you see what they were doing here. Trinetra gathers loads of information like this and estimates the coming big trend in the food industry. It might look like shooting an arrow in the dark to you. That's because you are a normal, rational human being. You're not an investment genius like Stasopoulos. He has cracked the code, and that code is written in yogurt stains and ketchup splatters. In case you're wondering that this was all just talks, here's a proven success story of Trinetra. Stasopoulos started peeking into the refrigerators of hundreds of Indians and made an estimate that the people there will be moving towards dairy soon. Based on this, he started investing in companies that were converting milk into all sorts of dairy products. Now, you might think that it is absurd to take such a big step based on people's refrigerators. His prediction proved accurate, with the dairy industry reportedly seeing significant growth in the following years. But he wasn't just going to predict the future, he was ready to shape it with his wisdom. Trinetra's team visits different cities and scans their refrigerators with clipboards and curiosity about their butter brand preferences. They found different people in different countries to provide them with enough data to estimate where the market will be heading in coming years. Stasopoulos and his team put in serious time, weeks to plan, several days talking to families, and then a good chunk of time making sense of what they've learned. It's a long process that involves tasting every flavor of squeezable yogurt in Indonesia. But it's not just about the food. Trinetra's researchers are trained to observe the entire kitchen environment. They note the presence of small appliances, the types of cookware used, and even the arrangement of items in the refrigerator. All these details contribute to a holistic understanding of consumer behavior and aspirations. As developing countries embrace the cold chain, entire diets are shifting faster than ever. The humble refrigerator isn't just changing what we eat, it's transforming economies, gender roles, and even our relationship with time itself. In many developing countries, the introduction of refrigeration has allowed women to spend less time shopping and cooking daily, freeing up time for education and employment. It's also reducing food waste, changing the dynamics of local markets, and even influencing urban planning as supermarkets become more prevalent. This simple-looking refrigerator is transforming how we live and impact the world around us. Many investors first looked at market data and data given by big companies to analyze what will happen next. But Trinetra's innovative way of calculating the future from peeking into refrigerators has proven to be more accurate and interesting. As Trinetra's success grows, other investment firms are starting to take notice. Some are even developing their own refrigerator-based research methodologies. But Stasopoulos isn't worried about the competition. He believes that the true value lies not just in the data, but in the interpretation. Anyone can take pictures of refrigerators, but understanding what those pictures mean for the future of global markets is the true art. All the time they put into analyzing different people's dietary habits pays off as they get money from the big sharks of the world that are eager to learn where they should be investing their money. So you see, even the tiniest of our interests and the most time-wasting activities can make us rich if they are used the right way and for the perfect cause. Next time you open up your refrigerator just for peeking what's inside, remember, someone is making dollars for doing this. As Trinetra's influence grows, so do questions about privacy and ethical data collection. The company insists that all participants are fully informed and compensated for their involvement. They also anonymize all data to protect individuals' privacy. As we wrap up this journey through the world of refrigerator-based investment strategies, it's worth thinking, what does your refrigerator say about you? And more importantly, what does it say about where you're headed? The next time you reach for that midnight snack, take a moment to really look at your refrigerator. that jar of pickles might just be a crystal ball into your financial future. And who knows, maybe your quirky food storage habits could be the key to the next big market trend. Even better, what kind of simple act do you think can turn into $1 million business? Share in the comments and don't forget to subscribe to know more about these fascinating intersections of everyday life and global economics. After all, in the world of Trinetra, your next big investment idea might be chilling right next to the leftover pizza.